Grace and peace, everybody. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in on this evening. This story is crazy, and it makes Atlanta look so bad. That's why I had to go get my Atlanta Must Be Stopped t-shirt. It's got to be stopped. ATL's got to be stopped. It's got to be. This story is crazy. Now, granted, as a Christian, I realize that ultimately the true judge, the true counsel is never going to have an issue. Okay. But dealing with us humans, a sinful, flawed humans, whoo, boy, make a brother drink, make him take a drink break. That's that. Now, let us get into what we came here to talk about, because you saw the thumbnail and you saw the title and you know what we're about to do tonight. Oh my goodness. Okay. I promise y'all, we are going to probably come back and revisit this whole Young Thug thing, because my goodness, in the morning, it is getting gooder and gooder. I sure did say gooder and gooder, and I am a former classroom teacher, but I meant that thing because it is so good. I want to talk about what's going on with Fani Willis, and I want to talk about black leaders, those highly melanated thought leaders, those highly melanated bourgeoisie, the melanated Marxists, the colored communists that seem to now have a problem with Fani, which seems to be amazing to me, because this is the same group of people who was regaling her black girl magic and, ooh, you go slay queen, all that stuff. Now they have a problem with Fani Willis. So we're going to look at Roland Martin. Shout out to Roland Martin. And he has a panel of 3, and they're talking about Fani. And I had to stop for a second. Like, is this Fox News? Is this some conservative right-wing rag? Is this some MAGA crew? No, this is Roland Martin and his posse. And they are dunking on Fani because I think you probably already know what the problem is. They don't feel that they're going to get justice, quote unquote, until after the election. And they're hand-wringing because they know the New York case is a flop. They know that case has no more legs than it has wings, and it has neither of those. So they're like, well, we were still kind of betting on this interference case, and they knew that wasn't going anywhere. But now, because it's on appeal until October, and they could do nothing. So you can't argue, you can't file briefs, you can't put anybody in contempt. That contempt thing is hilarious to me. But now they're just mad. So we're going to look at this, and I think you might get a little chuckle out of it. Let's go.
The Trump trial is not going to happen before the election. The Georgia Court of Appeals has made sure that by setting an October 4th date to hear the appeal of the refusal to disqualify DA.
Roland Martin looks like he's trying to pass a kidney stone. He looks so disappointed right now. I mean, he looks so sad, so dejected.
Emotional damage.
Oh my gosh. But let him go, Jason. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. All right, let's go.
Fani Willis from the case. Judge Scott McAfee denied the joint motion of Trump and other co-defendants on April 4th. Trump appealed his ruling, and the Court of Appeals eventually agreed to accept the appeal. Judge McAfee ordered that pretrial motions and discovery should continue while that appeal is pending. Still, with the appeals court setting oral arguments so far out, there's no possible way this case will go to trial before the election. The motion sought to disqualify Willis and her office from prosecuting the case, and also asked the court to dismiss the indictment because of Willis's romantic relationship with Nathan Wade. The court was satisfied their relationship did not begin until after Wade started working for the DA's office. Although McAfee denied the defense motion, he did order Wade to be removed from the case. Renita, I said this from the...
Okay, so those are all the facts. We knew all those facts. Roland Martin and all 3 of the Mickey Mouses here on the panel knew all those facts, okay? I just want you to listen to why they're upset, because they're not upset about the fact that she lied. They're not upset about the fact that as a woman of color and being the first black woman DA of Fulton County, she misrepresented them. No, 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 no. They don't even care anything about that. They only care about the fact that Trump is not going to trial before the election, because they all know that Biden has absolutely no legs. None whatsoever. There's nothing moving Biden forward except the fact that the backdraft from Trump swinging past him. But let's go. Let's finish this, Jason.
Outset that this right here was an error on the part of Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. That what we've seen in the past several months, this trial has been delayed because of that. Both of them should have had enough sense to say, this is going to be a problem. You don't create problems. You try to be as clean as possible. And so now, as a result of this is not going to trial this year. This one is on DA Fani Willis.
I know you all are like, wait, Jason, when did Roland Martin join Fox? Why is he not on Hannity and Martin? Or is this some right wing? No, this is Roland Martin saying this. Now, I'm pretty sure we could rewind some tapes and find some videos of us saying this back in February. Back in, as soon as it became clear and evident that Fani and Nathan were in a relationship, many people were saying this. Where were y'all? Where were these luminaries? That dude in the middle, he looked so dejected. He looked like he lost his dog. His gerbil vet bill is too high. And he accidentally stubbed his toe. He looks horrible.
Emotional damage.
But wait till he actually talks.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree with you, Roland. It was a complete misstep by the DA to allow herself to sort of give them something to work with in, just delaying this trial.
Not that she was immoral, not that she was lying, not that she was not demonstrating the type of behavior that we would expect from a legal professional. No, you just gave the enemy too much ammunition. You just shipped a whole truckload of ammo over to your ops. That's the only thing they care about. Not that you weren't behaving correctly. Not that you weren't upholding what you said that you would do. Remember, Fani Willis is the one that said that she would not sleep with her subordinates.
I certainly will not be choosing people to date that work under me. Let me just say that.
And now look where we are. Come on, y'all.
Served up on a silver platter, I'm a Congo, pure and simple.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. And to see this happen, to also see what the Justice Department did as it relates to taking 14 months to bring up their case against Trump, him and his lawyers take every advantage they can. And yes, this is something that lays at the hand of Fani Willis. You can't slip up as it relates to these guys because they exploit every single thing. And so,
why are you not upset about the fact that she was actually wrong? It's not like, oh, this is a offsides if you're playing football, or a lane violation if you're in basketball. No. You did wrong deliberately and still haven't confessed and fessed up to it. Why are y'all not upset about that? But you upset because this is my thing I don't understand. Why would you want Trump convicted and not be a good, clean conviction? Why would you not want that? Why would you want him to be convicted on some Shanghai kangaroo? Oh, wait, that's what they had in New York. Never mind. All right, let's keep going. Continue.
To be quite honest, I know these are state charges and things, but it's kind of like, I hate to agree with Don Jr. or whichever Trump said that the November election is really going to be the time for the ultimate verdict. Like, we can't depend on these trials to deliver anything for us. Yes, we can.
He just said the silent parts out loud. I'm going to back that up a little bit. He just said what everybody believed. I think everybody on my team believed that. I think all 29 people that have already liked this video of the 49, almost 51 that are watching it, I think we already believed that and knew that. What are you talking about, Jason? Listen to what he said.
Don Jr. or whichever Trump said that the November election is really going to be the time for the ultimate verdict. Like, we can't depend on these trials to deliver anything for us. Yes, we can call them.
There you go. That's what they wanted. These trials were going to deliver what for them? Deliver Donald Trump off of the ballot, to get Donald Trump off of out of the way, because they know Joe can't win any other way. They can't do what they did last time. They know that. They can't do the ballot Shanghai. They can't do the C-19 mail-in ballot foolishness. They know they can't do that. So they got to do something else. We got to get them taken off the ballot in Arizona. We got to get them arrested in Florida. We got to get them shanghaied in New York. We got to get them hogtied here in Georgia. They know that they can't do it any other way. And he just admitted it. They've been trying. This is lawfare. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. Again, if you don't understand, if you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. DearWokeC@gmail.com. We can absolutely talk about this. Let's go.
A convicted felon now, and we're going to see what happens on July 11th. But still, we have to continue to stay vigilant because too many of us put our faith in these trials and these attorneys and these different states, and it's just not enough to stop this man. November 5th, that is the date for the final verdict on Donald Trump.
Julian?
That's going to be amazing. That needs to be clipped out because he is saying the quiet parts out loud. We tried to lawfare our way into victory. He's saying it. Wild.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm so disappointed in my soror, Fani Willis. Just so disappointed in her lack of judgment. But it is.
I do want to say this real quick. Shout out to April from the Standard of Truth podcast. She's doing a deep dive into Black fraternities and sororities. So definitely want to check out what April's doing over there. She's going over their rituals, the actual initiation ceremony that they have. And the reason I bring that up is because this woman is not upset because Fani Willis misrepresented women. She's not upset that she misrepresented Black women. She's not upset that she misrepresented the legal profession or even, dare I even say, the Democrat Party. I don't know what honor they still have left, but you know, whatever. She's upset because it's her soror. She said it. I'm gonna back it up again. I didn't do a deep dive into this woman, but listen to what she said.
On Donald Trump.
Julian?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm so disappointed in my soror, Fani Willis. Just so disappointed in her lack of judgment. But it is what it is. And moving forward, these folks basically delay, deny. We're even seeing it with the New York case. We've seen it with the Florida case where the judge is one of the man's appointees, and she has thrown everything in but the kitchen sink.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Off the top, less than 48 hours after a man tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump, a federal judge in Florida handed him a major victory in the classified documents case. Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee, dismissed the case brought by special counsel Jack Smith, accusing Trump of the unauthorized retention of national defense information after he left the White House in 2020. Cannon said that special counsel Jack Smith was unlawfully appointed in violation of the Constitution's Appointments Clause. What's the Appointments Clause? It's Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution. And when we're talking about Article 2, that means we're talking about the power of the presidency. That section of the Constitution deals with the executive branch. And the Appointments Clause grants the president the power to nominate judges, ambassadors, and all other officers of the United States with the advice and consent of the Senate. It also says that Congress can grant the power to appoint inferior officers to the president, either the president alone, or he can direct the head of an agency like the Attorney General, who heads up the Department of Justice. Now, Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed special counsel Jack Smith back in November 2022 pursuant to several laws that were passed by Congress and some special counsel regulations that govern those types of DOJ appointments. Now, Judge Cannon is saying that Garland's appointment of Smith is invalid because it ignores Congress's role in the process to either provide advice and consent on the nominee or grant the Attorney General the specific power to appoint someone who has the power to prosecute a former president. She says in her opinion, quote, "The framers gave Congress a pivotal role in the appointment of principal and inferior officers. That role cannot be usurped by the executive branch or diffused elsewhere, whether in this case or in another case, whether in times of heightened national need or not." Special counsel Jack Smith's team has already told the judge they intend to appeal the decision. It will go up to the federal appeals court that oversees cases out of Florida. It's called the 11th Circuit. And Trump has, in fact, appointed 6 out of the 12 active judges on the 11th Circuit. Trump responded to the decision, suggesting all of the criminal cases pending against him should now get dismissed. Cannon's decision stunned many court watchers, especially given the extent to which the issue was litigated when special counsel Robert Mueller was investigating Trump. The D.C.-based federal appeals court upheld Mueller's appointment as valid against similar attacks. And a reminder here about the effect of the upcoming election and what it will have in the courts. Cannon was actually confirmed by the Senate after Trump lost the 2020 election. She was confirmed by the Republican-led Senate in a lame duck session, and that is incredibly rare. It also highlights the power of presidents that they have to shape our courts even after losing a federal election.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
We see it in the D.C. case. We see it in the Supreme Court pondering whether or not he has blanket immunity for any crime he commits, which he asserted in 2016 that he had when he said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. So Fani Willis played into their hands. The heart wants what the heart wants, but the heart could have waited for it.
The heart wants what the heart wants, but the heart could have waited for it. The problem is Fani Willis was already in a relationship with Nathan Wade, I believe in 2019, definitely 2020. The issue is you're afraid, and Roland Martin and his Mickey Mouse parade here refuses to call this woman out and say that she was wrong. So it's just a lack of judgment. It was poor decision making. She was hot to try and wanted to, no, none of that stuff. She was wrong.
That one, there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
Don't doll it up. Don't call it something that it's not. Say that Fani Willis was wrong. Let's get done, Jason.
Because frankly, basically, I think Omakongo said, she served herself up on a silver platter. I don't wish to diss the sister or, throw her under the bus, but this was a huge tactical error, and taking it to October 4th means this will not be heard until after the election.
So my question is, was it a tactical error when it was still in appeal? Was it a tactical error during the disqualification hearing? Was it but again, why are you not willing to call her out and say that she was wrong back then, but only now is she wrong because this case will not go further? But I've said this before. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. This case was never intended to see the light of day. Never. It was never intended to see the light of day. Never. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's no reason to believe or suspect that they ever intended for this case to go any further than where it is right now. Exactly where it is right now.
Yo, hit that like for deal with Christian. Yo, for deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for deal with Christian. For deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for deal with Christian.